If you're a business owner and you hire people, today I want to share with you 5 things to look for in every person you hire. So whether you're hiring your first employee, filling a leadership role, or building out your sales team, the first thing you want to look for in every candidate is ambition, because ambition is the fuel that drives someone to go above and beyond. Skills, they can be taught, but ambition is intrinsic. It's the difference between someone who just does the job and someone who pushes the boundaries of the job. So, how do you assess whether someone has ambition? It's simple. You use scenario-based questions. You might simply ask, how did you handle a big challenge outside of your comfort zone? And then what you want to do is listen and look for passion in their answers. Do they light up when they're talking about their past successes? Does their face just explode? Do they look so excited? That's what you want to look for and listen for. And then for leadership roles, ambition often looks like strategic thinking, someone who can spot opportunities and then take ownership of those. And for individual contributors, it's about eagerness to learn and exceed those expectations. The second thing you want to look for is cultural fit. Skills, they can be learned, but cultural alignment is the foundation for long-term success. A client in the SaaS industry struggled with high turnover on their sales team, so we implemented cultural fit assessments. Instead of asking surface-level questions in the interview, we asked, what does success look like in a team for you? Or how do you handle disagreements with coworkers? We learned that their best performing salespeople thrived in a highly collaborative environment. And by prioritizing this in hiring, turnover dropped by 40% and their team performance soared. And it's pretty easy to assess for cultural fit. All you have to do is define your company values clearly and then use some team-based interviews to see how candidates interact with potential coworkers. That's really about it. And then the third thing that you want to look for in every person you hire is adaptability. And it's my favorite one because as your business evolves, it will face change and shifting priorities. And you need people who can pivot on those changes. So how do you assess whether someone has adaptability or not? Simple. You ask questions like, tell me about a time when you had to learn something quickly to meet a deadline. Or use trial tasks that stimulate real challenges. For example, in a sales role, you might ask candidates to pitch a product to you that they've just learned about. For directors or leadership roles, adaptability is about strategic flexibility. So for individual contributors, it's about quick learning and resilience under pressure. And the fourth thing that you want to look for is emotional intelligence. You see, people with high emotional intelligence handle conflicts better. They collaborate effectively and they leave a lasting impact on customers. To see if they have emotional intelligence, ask questions like, hey, can you tell me about a time when you turned a negative customer experience into a positive one? Or just observe their self-awareness during the interview. Do they take accountability for their mistakes? That should be obvious. Now, for leadership roles, emotional intelligence is critical. It's what separates good managers from inspiring leaders. So for roles like customer service, it's about empathy and building relationships. Now, the last thing that you want to look for in every person you hire is skills and alignment. This might seem obvious, but hiring someone with the right skills isn't enough. Their skills must align with your goals. So here's how you can assess for alignment. You just simply create a job scorecard with clear performance indicators. For example, increase social media engagement by 20% in 90 days. That's pretty clear. And then during the interview, you simply ask questions about, how would you approach, blank specific task or challenge? It's that easy. Now, for leadership roles, alignment means understanding your long-term vision. So you want to ask questions related to that. And then for technical roles, it's about the specifics, coding languages, financial modeling, campaign management, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So when you combine these 5 traits, ambition, cultural fit, adaptability, emotional intelligence, and skill management, you're not just filling a role anymore. You're building a team that drives your business forward. So whether you're hiring your first employee or your 50th, these principles will set you apart. And if you're willing to put in the time to assess candidates properly, you'll never waste another dollar on a bad hire again. So go out there and hire people who don't just work for your business, but the ones that will help it grow. Oh, hey, wait, before I go, in the last example, I mentioned using a job scorecard for skill alignment and assessment. If you don't have one of these or you don't know what it is, shoot me an email. Just go to dongeorge.me and fill out the contact form and ask me for the scorecard, tell them you saw it in the video, and I will send you a free copy right out. That's all I got. We'll see you next time. Bye.